VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they find. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. Melinda's.
Well, hello, Melinda's.
It's VCR Party 250th episode. Holy shit, we've come a long way. We finally did it. This is the show where we watch VHS tapes. We have 11,000 of them, and we're trying to watch every single one of them. And I'd say we're like 39% of the way there, wouldn't you say?
We barely made a dent. We barely made a dent. But
new ones show up every single day.
That's the problem. We our helpers, our video loggers have gotten through 5,000 as of today, logged videos, and
not even halfway.
Not even halfway there yet. So we got a long way to go.
Your helpers are known as grub children, is that right?
That's right.
they're all. We'd like to think of all of you as our grub children.
We call them grubbies. Yeah.
But thanks for everybody who's been watching for 250 episodes. I feel like not a lot of podcasts and web shows make it 200. It's easy to give up, and believe me, I've thought about it. But we're still going.
How many of the 250 episodes would you say were good? Like we're like solid episodes?
At least 5.
You think so?
Okay. I think there are about at least 185 funny episodes.
There we go.
That's pretty high. That's a high batting average.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, and I'll say I remember 0 of them. So that I have they just in one ear out the other. But I'm sure there are some good ones.
I just remember when you guys called me, I was like, I'll do this for a few weeks, and then that'll be that.
That's right. That's when we were in the office, though.
Yeah.
The office
I had to go all the way to the office every week.
Every Tuesday night. Yeah.
Yeah. For people who complain why we're not there, that's why it was not sustainable for Steve or really anybody to get there all the time.
Yeah, and then after a while, he wanted to take a cab home, and we'd have to pay for that. And it was just like, that was breaking the bank on that one. So yeah, Zoom is way easier. So.
But you guys have been keeping this going for 250 episodes weekly. That's through touring, a pandemic, a lawsuit, vomiting, serial insertion. You guys are unstoppable. It's amazing. And that means you've surpassed the total number of episodes of many classic TV shows that we regard as milestones in the history of the medium. You've got things like, 250, you've exceeded the X-Files at 202.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. We did better than them.
Yes. Little House on the Prairie, 203.
Yeah, fuck
Kick
those
their
guys.
ass.
All in the Family, 208.
That's it?
Roseanne and Dynasty at 222. Now,
amateurs.
Today we are tied with Happy Days. Okay, so we already, since we have more episodes, we're better shows than the other ones. Now we're tied with Happy Days, but we're better because we never had to stoop to bringing in Ted McGinley, right?
Not yet, although we'd love to have him on, Ted, if you're watching.
Okay. I shouldn't have shit on him like that then. But next week we'll be tied with MASH. And considering that is the finale of that show was like one of the biggest in history, I think maybe we should end it next week. And to make it just as emotionally devastating, I will have a nervous breakdown on air next week, just like Hawkeye did in the last episode.
Will you? Thank you.
I mean,
and you know what? We'll probably get up to like 780 views instead of the usual 200.
Well, we'll see. But in the next year, we're going to be closing in on other ones. The Jeffersons, just a few weeks away. Married with Children, which also had Ted McGinley, so I think we're already above that. Murder, She Wrote had 264, so did Frasier. And Cheers had... Oh, but when we get to 264, we all have to dress in denim, right? Are we agreeing to that?
We'll recreate this photo, exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Yes, gladly.
and Cheers was 271. I have to say, we're not going to get anywhere near like Guiding Light, which had 18,000
No way.
episodes.
Is that for real?
Yes, and that's if we did it weekly. They're 5 times a week, but it would take us 340 years to get to that. And we're nowhere near Germany's Sandmünchen, which has 22,200 views since 1959, and that's 421 more years. But I think we can do it. I'm here for the long haul. You guys did the hard part the first couple years.
If we put our minds to it, I think that we can get to a, what's it called? Sandmünchen.
Yeah,
I don't know. The Sandmünchen level.
Yeah,
so.
it's.
George, can you dress up as that possum or whatever that was?
Oh, I was going to be the elf who is, I believe it's Sandmünchen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the umlaut correctly, but someone will correct me.
I haven't missed an episode of Sandmünchen. So
it's since 1959.
It's actually
we'll
really
get there.
good.
We just need to put our minds to it and do like 5 shows a day. I think then we could really make it happen.
We have enough tapes.
We do. And one of the reasons we've been able to sustain it is by reusing a lot of footage in the segment we call a Found Footage Festival Classic.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
I think a lot of people discovered our show during the pandemic looking for things to watch. So they might not know that we've, for 19 years, have been doing a show called Found Footage Festival, the live show that tours around. And that's really the basis for a lot of the videos we watch on this show. And luckily, since we've been doing the show, other people and collectors have been sending them in. Ken Reid is our special guest for this episode. He does a podcast called TV Guidance Counselor, child of the 80s, has a lot of similar passions that we do. And I still remember the day when he sent me Dollar Bill, I guess a New Hampshire salesperson who owned a discount store and bought time on local TV, on MeTV or MyTV, one of those two, to try to get people to come to his store. He would just point out items in the store with a lot of enthusiasm. So good time since Ken's on the show to revisit Dollar Bill.
Hi, Dollar Bill Mark here from Dollar Bill's Discount. Oh, it is the season, baby, because we're going to rock and roll you today. Deal of the day! Pot of gold! Hershey's pot of gold! We need the chocolates. It's insane, Chelsea. It's insane. There is time. Hurry up. There's real time. It's unbelievable. Oh, it's Christmas all over. My heart is filled, baby. Wow! Hey, give me some reverse speed action. Gone. I'm talking gone. I love monster balls. Rock on, dude. Rock on. I've been swallowing the baby milk in it.
Imagine this aired Saturday mornings on basic cable. I mean, how could you turn away?
No, you wouldn't.
It was this or Brave Star. I'm watching this.
Will Ferrell. Christmas lights everywhere. $1. Oh my God.
I mean, it's all garbage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a warehouse full of it.
This one. Slam dunk it and hit it into another end zone, baby. Oh, gosh. Give me. The choo-choo trains are coming. Santa head.
Santa head.
I forgot. Didn't we have Ken on one of our bonus episodes, our EP mode episodes, to watch more of Dollar Bill?
No, I think it was a regular VCR party episode. Like he brought it on and like, yeah.
That was a fun one. So revisit that, and we're gonna see Ken in a minute.
All right, what else, Steve? Who are you selling out to? You selling out to anybody? It doesn't look like you are.
No, I'm just doing for myself for the 250th. To remind everybody to sell out Steve. Email info@foundfootagefest.com. It's right over my right shoulder, and help us do the fun things we do here.
There we go. Help us
It's
do the
fun things we do here, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's very catchy. Gonna put it on a shirt.
That's our opportunity
Okay.
just to make fun of Steve. Like, even if he doesn't say anything funny, we just make fun of him still for
Perfect.
Just a
for
normal
250
thing to say,
episodes.
but
Yep.
yeah.
I'm gonna go back sleeping.
Well, one of our favorite VHS labels and another source of our longevity is a little company from suburban Minneapolis called Scimitar. It's This Week in Scimitar. Back again this week is the sampler tape they put out for Sam Goody and Musicland. This one features 2 more videos that I think we'll all enjoy. So some might be a little familiar.
The Musicland Group is proud to present the Scimitar Video Sample Reel. See highlights from a few of the great special interest videos from Scimitar Entertainment. All available now at any Musicland, Sam Goody, or discount record store. Pick up your pen and make a list. Scimitar Entertainment is about to show you a few of their best.
I love that blues rock riff. Oh.
This is the Sergeant Slaughter tape, remember?
Yeah. It's a good song.
The one in the video is Big Bad Blonde, but I guess they didn't use it for the promo. In the video, Sergeant Slaughter and his wrestling buddies all try to do tug of war with Bigfoot.
Sold. I'll buy that.
Under $10.
Yeah.
Power Karate.
Do we have this one?
No, we don't have this.
Oh, we need this one.
Soundtrack.
Guys, done chucks.
Sold on that one too?
Totally.
The
As long as
Musicland
it's under
Group hopes
$10.
you enjoyed this
Yeah.
sample video reel. Now take your list of great Scimitar releases and head over to your local Musicland, Sam Goody, or
Maybe come in
discount
with a
record
list.
store.
Yep.
We'll
We
have
have
those movie
Power
releases
Karate
and more in stock and, at a great low
Blood,
price.
Sweat, and Gears.
I don't think I ever shoplifted from, what was the bottom one? Tower Records? Was that the...
Yeah, that was more of an East Coast chain, right?
Yeah, I never shoplifted from that one, but the other 2 on there I shoplifted from. Definitely.
Oh,
Definitely
Discount
Musicland.
Records.
I think I
don't
put
know.
Musicland out of business single-handedly.
Did you regularly shoplift? I never had the
I went
guts
through a
to do
phase.
it.
I went through a phase. Yeah. Yeah, especially when CDs were like $19 and they were flat and they were just very easy just to. But I remember just like shoplifting things for the sake of shoplifting, like not even stuff I wanted. I remember like walking through a gas station and stealing a box of hockey cards.
Joe, you have
Like
so
hockey
many
cards.
issues, and we're going to get through them all in the next 250
Oh no, I'm not saying it's a
episodes.
problem. I'm not saying it was a problem at all. No,
Okay.
I still actually that box of hockey cards are still at my parents' place, like in a closet. So
Oh, great. We got to see what those are in the Beckett. Try to sell them.
Steve, did you ever? I know Nick went through a shoplifting phase, the Incredible Hulk game, but
That was
Steve,
a
did
one-day
you?
phase, yeah.
I would say yes. It was a very, very brief because I wasn't very good at it, but definitely for candy. You know, I always had a sweet tooth when I was young.
Did you
So
get caught?
I did, yeah. Yep.
Really?
And that was
Would
the
you
end
get
of it.
caught stealing?
They just it was like this small little toy because the guy was eyeing me and I knew it, but I still tried to nick something and it didn't work out for me. And then I said no more. That was it.
Okay, yeah.
That was the
George,
last thing.
you ever shoplift anything?
Never. I was too afraid of my dad. I think
Oh,
he
maybe
would have kicked my ass.
maybe for my next birthday, could you shoplift something?
You got 360 or days. or so.
364 days for Joe to forget it.
I'm writing this one down. Seriously, will you shoplift something for me for my birthday?
No, my dad will still kill me. He's 83. he's barely walk, but he'd find a way. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, if you guys need any hockey cards, I have some that you can have.
Thank
Maybe
you.
I'll steal them from your parents' house.
There you go.
Would that count?
Yeah, that counts. We have This Week in Flying Windows, our regular segment. I think there's at least 250 flying windows in this particular segment, so let's get to it. Nathan and Jessica, I believe from Wisconsin, always send us great stuff. Jessica spotted this video for Sears. This video is fascinating. It's a little long, so I might have to go at double speed for part of it, but it is, I guess this was a promotional video for Sears that involves the Sears vocal choir and a bunch of flying windows.
The Sears family has grown and prospered by constantly innovating, finding new ways to serve customers. As Sears enters its second century.
So is the 100 outline, is that the portal in which the windows come into our world?
I think that's an accurate reading.
Could you ask Nathan and Jessica just to make sure? Just like drop them an email tonight.
Sure, yeah. Hey, me again.
Endures with 4 bold and exciting distribution systems that reflect the diversity and strength of the Sears family. A fitting symbol of this strength is our all-employee choir, the Sears Centennials.
What?
People of Sears
Is that a fitting
joining
symbol?
together to create the powerful harmony that is the voice of Sears.
I didn't know they had a choir.
One in every store.
What were you saying, Steve?
The VO is just putting me to sleep. It's so
Yeah, well,
slow
the
and without
chorus,
energy.
though, that wakes you back up. It's kind of a cycle. It goes back and forth.
The choir put me on my feet. Are they a cult? The Sears cult.
Yeah, they're all about to get on the comments.
We are the store of the future, where
So
new
many
looks,
windows,
new
they're
products,
overlapping.
a whole new environment
Metallic.
reflect new
Yeah,
ideas
metallic
of what
border.
shopping is all about. Shopping the way tomorrow's
They're relentless.
customers demand.
Oh, toe tapping. This is a toe tapper.
This almost goes as long as the Sarah Lady video, too.
Do not hit fast forward at all.
Really? Okay.
Do not.
And our marketplace
there's
is
more.
as big as the
Yeah,
globe.
let me just stop here. And when they're talking about their marketplace as big as the globe, does it get into a little bit of Orientalism with the music here? I don't know. Maybe it's just me picking up on
It
that.
usually does, so I'm going to go
Okay.
ahead and say yes.
All right.
Place is as big as the globe. Through Sears World
Yeah.
Trade, we
Yep.
link up with both domestic and
a little
international
flourish.
suppliers to bring the shopping centers of
Always.
the world to your own
Back to it.
neighborhood.
It's 100. Okay, well, that's this weekend.
We're Sears Financial Network,
Could you email
offering
Ken
a
and tell him
broad-based
the
program of
running late here?
insurance,
There's too many.
real
I know.
estate,
You're going to get
credit,
clogged.
savings,
Good
and
luck,
investments.
Wayne, counting all
We're
these.
helping to
I
build
wonder if
futures
there's a flying
that are
window
strong,
plunger. Like if
exciting,
it gets
and
clogged
secure.
up, you can just like plunge them.
And there's some we can't even see.
No.
This is flying window of the year right here.
What does this have to do with Sears?
It reminds me of Sizzler.
Yeah.
They used to
We're a
throw
network
windows
that
at
links many
weddings.
activities into
Oh, is that
one
what they did?
convenient
Yeah,
and
that's before
streamlined
Rice.
service.
This is a
Through
year
our
after We
mortgage
Are the
chain,
World. I
we
wonder
serve
if
buyers,
Oh,
helping
it is
them find and
86.
finance their homes, and investors, making these
Surprisingly,
mortgages
Michael Jackson
available
said
as
yes to
major
this.
investment vehicles. Important jobs done better because they're done
We
by
have to have
people
seen at least 250
dedicated to
flying
serving
windows.
the customer.
In the last 30 seconds. Wait, you didn't loop this.
No. In fact, I cut things out of it. And then this turns into a flying window next to the guy in the cult art.
Oh, they are cult.
Not just a credit
Was he-
card,
he was the
savings
singer
account,
and
or
the,
instant cash.
Yeah,
all of
they
it.
Pound
the
executive.
singers, maybe. Yeah, they
More together
see them in
in
their
one
slice of life
21st
thing, and then
century idea whose time is now.
Where did they get all these flying windows?
They've must have run out of images.
I didn't think this was humanly
To join the cult,
possible.
you had to bring flying windows from home.
Oh, okay.
UIO.
Your own hard-earned windows.
Right.
Holy
just
shit.
had to show that one for episode 250. It seemed momentous. It seemed celebratory and bonkers enough that, had to do it.
I'm drafting that for the toe tapping tournament for sure in March.
I
Once
was
March
just
comes
sending
around.
myself an email to remind myself.
Get in early.
Yeah.
Get in early on that one.
Subject: toe tapping tournament.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Sears. All right, we are Sears. The four of us, we are Sears. All four of us are Sears.
Yes,
Since
we
they went
are.
under, yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
I'm going to name Ken Reid an honorary Sears and for today's episode. We thought we should have him on for 250 because he came across a treasure trove of public access from his neck of the woods outside of Boston, Massachusetts, and a part of the world that we really haven't harvested that much public access TV. So he's going to take us through it.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
It's Ken Reid.
Yeah,
He's back.
Happy to be back.
Yes. All
Now,
right.
Ken, I've been chatting with you over the last few months because you stumbled upon a treasure trove of public access TV from, is it where you grew up?
I grew up in Melrose, and this is from Somerville, which is Somerville's like the Brooklyn of Boston, but about 20 years behind Brooklyn. So it's just been gentrified in the last couple of years, but it was like the scary urban town that was about a mile away from the suburban town I grew up in.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Somerville will be getting like a craft hot sauce place soon because Brooklyn had that about 10 years ago. Okay, got
it. They're getting their axe throwing now, right?
Yes, literally, like small batch axe throwing, and yeah.
So, but you got from where you were in Melrose, you were able to get Somerville public access TV, and it seemed like the exotic big city to you. Then I take it.
Oh yeah, that might as well have been like Manhattan. That was like with the Robin Bird TV. Like we were like, oh man,
the strippers and it's the Wild West of
they got
television.
some urban stuff. Yeah, because I worked at our local cable access station in Melrose, which was called MMTV from Melrose, Massachusetts Television.
Clever.
And because I worked there, we could get stuff from the other cable access channels in Massachusetts. So like Lynn had this show that was like a wrestling show that was very exotic to get. We actually had Fred Willard come because he was doing a show on Comedy Central called Access America in the 90s.
I don't know that. I don't know.
Where, he would cover, like, he'd go to different cable access channels, and he came to our channel.
What?
Yeah.
Why haven't I seen this show?
It was amazing.
Fred Willard going around to public access channels?
Yeah, it was called Access America. That Oddities, I think you showed with Mason Reese. Fred Willard visited that set and a couple other ones. Yeah, it was short-lived, but he came to it. And then we also got these Somerville ones, and Somerville is amazing because their cable access channel is called Scat.
I did notice that they even have like the call letters behind them, and that's taken down a different meaning. Maybe it was there at the time already, but yeah.
Did they do that to be cute? Did they do that to be funny?
I don't think so. I think it was completely with complete lack of knowledge that
even
they were
better.
called Scat. Yeah.
Yes.
So
better.
The show that I think you gravitated towards, or the one that you found a lot of clips from, is from Somerville. It's called the Somerville Dance Party.
Oh yeah.
Which I think initially was out in the 80s, right? So it was like
late 80s. They had this thing called the Somerville Dance Party that was just this one guy who was really enthusiastic about like hip hop and dance music and wanted to have like a cable access version of not quite Club MTV, maybe like Dance Party USA. He's, and again, very enthusiastic is what I can say about him, but that was just the original Somerville Dance Party.
All right, so Joe, I think you're gonna fall in love with this guy. I certainly did.
That's the other thing, is I haven't seen any of these clips. Nick, you edited them, and then
Ken edited basically.
Ken, you lived these.
I did.
Ken lived them.
Lived
them.
Right.
So here's this amazing host from the original Somerville Dance Party.
Okay, all you kids that are back to school now, why don't you put your books down for a minute and take a break and watch Somerville Dance Party. We got some old videos coming up for ya. Madonna, Bobby Brown, New Kids on the Block.
Is he a Wahlberg?
Everyone's a Wahlberg. And also, I think he's wearing a Bulls jersey, but it does look like it just says balls.
Yeah, the U is not separated that much on top, so yeah.
It also looks like a baseball uniform, like he's like playing for the Red Sox or something.
Yeah, it is. I think that was the style.
I very rarely see the tucked in baseball jersey into the jeans.
Unless it's on a baseball field. That's the only place you'll see that.
Well, not the jeans.
That's right. That's right. Not the jeans.
But like what's Western style.
I don't know if this is his accent, but he did say Barbie Brown too instead of Bobby Brown.
Oh no, that is a very Somerville accent. There's a weird thing where you would say like a U instead of an O. So like instead of popcorn, you'd say like popcorn. And like an O, you'd say an A sometimes. So it's like, yeah, Bobby Brown. Yeah. And at this time, this is when Bobby Brown got very, very famous. And my uncle used to own a jewelry store in downtown Boston, this place called the Jewelers Building. And I used to work for him on Saturdays. And one day Bobby Brown came in and was just like with a crew, like flashing money, like buying everything. And my uncle just goes, this guy's a clown.
He was onto something.
Yeah.
All right. Or as I like to call him, Barbie Brown.
Barbie Brown.
They're back to school now. Why don't you put your books down for a minute and take a break and watch Somerville Dance Party. We got some old videos coming up for ya. Madonna, Bobby Brown, New Kids on the Block, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, and many, many more surprises. So sit back, take a break, relax, put your feet up, push the coffee table out of the way, and get down with Somerville Dance Party.
Yes.
My favorite thing about Tom
In case you're
Kempe
wondering, you're watching some.
Yeah.
Is that he also doesn't, like, he leaves way too much leader time at the end and never cuts it out. So it always goes on for like 2 beats longer than it should before it fades out, which is perfect. Also, he's encouraging people like that to not do homework is my favorite thing here.
I know.
Like, not like stay in school, don't do drugs. It's like, hey, stop that homework.
Exactly. Right. We got Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch coming up.
Push
Put
that
those
coffee
books away.
table out of the way.
Coffee table out of
Ignore
the
your
way.
homework. Yeah, I thought this was like you had access to the raw footage because some of these pauses are interminable. Let's watch some of them.
In case you're wondering, you're watching some of them. It's all right. Let it keep running. In case you're wondering, you're watching Somerville Dance Party Sudden Success. If you want to be on the show, drop us a line. Somerville Dance Party Sudden Success, 535 Medford Street, 02145 Somerville. I'll call the son of... Still running, right? All right, I know all you kids are back to school now, and I guess you're having fun with your books and everything. Why don't you put your books down for a few minutes and get down with Somerville Dance Party? Coming up, we got Madonna, Bobby Brown, New Kids on the Block, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. All right.
He got what he liked.
We're looking for rappers, singers, dancers, video jocks, disc jockeys, what have you. Get off the street and into the television studio with sudden success. We're fresh. I know.
Wait,
That's another Somerville Dance.
Yes.
So was that not raw footage? Was that actually airing?
That aired, yeah.
That aired. Okay. It aired like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping he'd say.
This was deck-to-deck editing, so
Right.
I think it was like,
80s.
it's fine. We'll keep that one.
Yeah.
People don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's watching this anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you host a dance show. You got to be a good dancer. You get to see a little bit of that here.
Yeah.
Well, that's another Somerville Dance Party. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody seems to have a good time today.
Everybody seems to have a good time today. Okay.
Cards and letters coming. We'd like to hear your ideas and your comments.
It seems to be.
Hi, Mom. See you again next time.
Ghostbusters 2
Somerville
poster
Dance
behind
Party.
him.
Right on. Okay, for the next 15 minutes, nothing but dancing. And then that's it. So enjoy yourself. Somerville Dance Party. Do it up. God bless that troops in the Middle East.
But I think the unsung hero of this video too is that hum that's
Is
going
the
throughout the
hum.
entire.
Yep.
I thought about using a notch filter to take it out, and I'm like, nope, no, it adds.
No.
It wouldn't be the same without it. So
It's funny if they do like a long shot and there's just like a Jacob's ladder, like it's Bride of Frankenstein. Like,
yeah, yeah, it really is. I like that. You know, hey, like they like to have fun, but also, hey, there's a war going on. So
God bless our troops in the Middle East. I want to say hi to my two boys, Tommy and Tony. I love you very much. My mother and father and all my friends. Tom Campbell, the host of Somerville Dance Party. See you next time. Yeah!
champion. I mean, maybe this purple, yellow, green. Maybe that's a hard to explain shirt. I would wear a Somerville dance
Somerville
party
Dance
shirt.
Party?
Yeah.
If you wore that in Somerville, you would get at least a discount, if not free food at every establishment.
Does everybody know that show? Do people know that show, Somerville
No,
Dance
I
Party?
mean, I think very few people who actually grew up in Somerville still live in Somerville. Like, there's still some old Italian ladies who probably didn't watch Somerville Dance Party.
Yeah.
Do you think his sons Tommy and Tony are still in Somerville, or
Donnie,
do you think
no, they probably
Donnie.
moved up to New Hampshire by this point because there's no sales tax up there.
Oh, right.
You buy fireworks.
Dollar Bill World there?
Yeah, you get a good deal.
You buy fireworks.
So then the new Somerville happens. Now, what's the time gap between the original and the new Somerville?
So I believe the original Somerville Dance Party with Tony Campo ended in 1991. Then we had 2 years of no Somerville Dance Party.
Oh no!
It's like Footloose. It's outlawed. And then this new guy, who I guess was Tony Campo's like protege, he decides to pick up the mantle and do the new Somerville Dance Party. This is about 93, I think.
Is this the guy known as the Gypsy? Is that the
This
guy?
is the Gypsy. This is the Gypsy.
There should be a documentary or like a behind the music or something like
yeah.
I would watch it. I would 100% watch that.
Or like a docudrama. Like I don't like.
Oh
it'd be
yeah.
difficult. Who should
Friday
play
Night
Tony
Lights.
Campos? Like probably Matt Damon.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
Boston boy.
He
Yeah.
already has the accent. I mean, you're halfway there. Yeah.
Oh, but John Lithgow still should play the dad who wants the preacher who doesn't want anybody to be dancing in
Absolutely,
Somerville.
the same character. He just moved.
All right, so let's watch a little bit of the new Somerville. I noticed hip hop has taken over from sort of pop music at this point. A lot of local aspiring rappers.
Yeah, Somerville, what's happening? It's me, the Gypsy, and I'm back with another slamming edition of the brand new Somerville Dance Party. And I'm here with your DJ Timmy T, and we got the Somerville Dance Party in effect. And tonight we got a whole bunch of good.
Don't think you're really supposed to use the word gypsy anymore, but maybe at the time it was.
I
you
think
could
it
make
was,
it your DJ
There's
name.
one thing we haven't mentioned, and this was also in the original Somerville Dance Party, the huge amount of children.
A lot of kids.
Actual children. And in this one, we got this kid dressed like Orville Redenbacher for some reason.
I see him. Yeah.
I thought he looked like a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah. Or maybe alfalfa. But yeah. Wow.
So it's
All right.
maybe worms are from Nerds of the Nerds.
Yeah.
There's always a mixture of like people who are aspiring rappers and dancers, like I'm gonna be on the grind, and then just like children.
Yeah, I think what's a Chicago, the show we were on, is ostensibly a kids dance show, but then you have like, you know, adult musicians, and like we showed up to one and we weren't even the oldest people there, so you know.
I mean, I feel like we have the Wahlbergs to blame for this brand of hip hop, right? I mean, like, or this, like, isn't it like, because I feel like
much.
Were they huge like in the Boston area back then?
God,
like,
Marky
Mark.
You couldn't go to a mall without an impromptu Funky Bunch concert. Like it was everywhere. Would be like, oh Jesus, it's Marky Mark.
The Funky Bunch is back.
I shared a clip a couple months ago. There was a local show called Ready to Go. It wasn't cable access. It was like a network show, and it was on every day in the mornings. And a friend of mine from school went there for her birthday one day, and Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch were the musical act, and it was her 8th birthday, and he pulls her out of the crowd and he goes, "Yo, you got a man?" And then she's like, "No," and he goes, "Don't ever let a man play you."
That's a great 8th birthday memory. Wow.
Oh boy, was he wearing a shirt when he did that?
Nope.
Nope.
No,
not
never
a chance.
was.
Not
Still
a
hasn't.
chance. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to listen to 3 perhaps Funky Bunch inspired artists in a row. First is the Gypsy.
Up for you. So y'all want to keep it right here on Channel 3, Somerville TV with the GYP and DJ Timmy T. Know what I'm saying?
The GYP.
Keep rocking. You don't stop. I keep it on here.
There's
You
Wormser.
don't stop. Somerville, I
Oh,
said
yeah.
you don't stop. Check it out. You don't stop. Everybody in the house just wanna party with the gypsy. Set, go, 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 go,
Go, Wormser.
Let me hear
Go,
you say,
Wormser.
go, 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 go. Let me hear you say, go, 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 go. Let me hear you say, go.
Look at that ventriloquist dummy go.
Go, go.
You can hardly see his
yeah.
operator.
Uh-huh.
There's Queen Latifah. I noticed an Ace of Base poster too. So they must have had they must have been had the local music land like a hookup or something with.
Well, if you look at the original Summerworld Dance Party, the posters were Levi Strauss.
Yeah, I
Like,
noticed
they weren't
that.
even music. They were
Right.
just like whatever.
That's a cool brand, yeah. Well, then in the next clip, I believe Gypsy's still the host. This is the new Somerville Dance Party, and there's a duo here, and I couldn't make out whether maybe you know the name. It's Quick and Chuck or Quick and Chunk. I couldn't quite tell.
I think it's Quick and Chuck.
Chuck. Okay,
Yeah.
so these guys, I don't know, surprisingly competent. Maybe it's just I'm too washed into this white hip hop from.
They're no gypsy.
Somerville.
Oh, and you should add that there was a girl who did a dance, like a total like dance academy, dance school dance for no reason.
Yeah, I guess it was a bit of a variety show too at times. So yeah.
What? The audio's great.
Yeah.
Somerville's very own Dina Parks and her wonderful rendition of jazz and hip-hop dancing mixed together, and that was great. She got the skills.
It's like
to play
Kelly
the
from
first.
Breakin', is
And
that
speaking
it?
of the skills, the next act coming directly from Cambridge, Massachusetts, Quick and Chuck.
They have
Dirty
the
skill.
they have the same microphone as the original Somerville Dance Party. Though.
I imagine he handed it to him like Excalibur, or like Tony Campos's hand came out of the Charles River with just the microphone.
Right. On each shoulder, he put it on each shoulder, and then.
You're the new Tony now, Gypsy.
I gotta say, can I say something kind of controversial? This might ruffle some feathers here, but I'm more of a Gypsy guy than I was the original guy. I think I like, yeah.
Well, it's like Mike and Joel from MS2 through K. Like
Right.
you know,
Everybody's
the Gypsy,
got
he's got more raps per second. He's a little bit meaner. He got a little more edge.
I'm a Campos guy through and through.
I'm Gypsy 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick and Chuck.
Yo, we in this house? Right, yeah.
We in this house.
Can we get a little noise?
I had this outfit in high
Can we get
school.
some noise?
Look at their matching hats. I can't figure them out.
Yo, go get it, Chuck. Yeah, bust it. Can I get this one? Alright, check this out. Well, let me start it off with the funky beginning. Dirty skills.
Oh wait, sorry. I just included a little bit of them, but you can see in the back the scat sign. You see it, Joe?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yep.
I thought he sounded actually pretty okay.
He wasn't
there.
bad. He wasn't
They weren't
bad.
that bad. Yeah, their hats are like newsies that have been inflated.
You took a bicycle pump and just went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty skills. My man Quick and my man Chuck definitely in the house and definitely kicking for the Somerville Dance Party.
They were definitely in the house.
Definitely. And don't anyone question whether they're in the house or not. They were definitely in the house.
I didn't. Sorry.
I think my favorite might be Sandro G, though, from the new Somerville Dance Party.
Yep.
Now, he was definitely in the house as well.
He's all the way in the house, Sandro G.
All right, Sandro G.
I can't
This is
wait.
Another Gypsy
This keeps
episode.
getting better and better.
Let's introduce our next act. Sandro G. Coming straight out of Boston. Who there? There he is, well that's Giz. And I'm Sandro, I'm known to do you quick, kid. Playing hoes like dominoes, play spin the bottle. Always save sex, cause I'm down with the condom. Pimpin' like a hoe, yo baby, you a tramp, it's bikini time. Ooh, the G-string, baby, them lips in that booty makes me go crazy. The second verse, I'ma tell you where I come from. There ain't no jobs, ain't no hills, ain't no income. Girl and a glass of beer. Without somebody bad mouthing and testing me. Pull out the 38 chrome in your history. I got a gang full of cousins like the Panthers in the jungle. The OG, my cousin Dom, word 'em up. Adamas, my homie up in Lawrence. Tony C, my boy Puma, still smoking chronic. We're letting the beat play like this. Check it out. I'm out of here. I want to give a few shout outs though to Giz, the Bulldogs in the house, Inspector Rick going to Los Angeles,
Inspector
Ronnie
Rick.
Ray, my boy over here, Skittles, Sprites, and M&Ms. We out of here.
Did he give a shout out to Skittles, Sprite, and M&Ms? Or those are the names of his
Sprites,
friends?
and M&Ms. I don't know if they're the name of his friends or he's actually shouting out to the candies in the drink.
No, but I think this is definitely pre Eminem. Like Eminem
Oh,
has, yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
What year is this? This is early
It's probably
90s.
93, 94. So
Yeah.
we're talking like maybe Snow.
Yeah, I think this is 93. Yeah, maybe he had Informer at this point. And
Yeah.
he's wearing a UNLV hat, so Jerry Tarkanian era, I assume, biting the towel. And
Well, he's down
you're
with the
nowhere near,
condom.
you're nowhere near Las Vegas. But yeah, talking about down with the condom and
Dirty 8 Chrome.
yeah.
I didn't think he was terrible. I didn't think he was that bad. Is that wrong of me? Like I thought he
He's
was.
got some flow. He's
Yeah,
better
I
than
mean,
like Vanilla Ice.
We're kind of in a
Right.
sea of crap, so anything that's mildly competent kind of stands out.
But also,
M&Ms.
this kid's talking about
Go ahead.
pulling out a 38 Chrome and
Yeah,
hose in bikini
yeah.
time, and he's basically Brian Austin Green.
Right,
no.
exactly. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
there's a lot of
exactly.
fantasy involved, and giving
Like-
shout out to his homie in Lawrence.
In Lawrence,
like,
yeah.
these are cool towns. You know, these
I mean,
are,
this kid works at a Lids at the mall.
Yeah, and he listens to a lot of rap music
Yeah.
at the Sam Goody that he probably in
Absolutely.
the same mall. Yeah.
Out of here.
Oh, we got DJ Longbox.
and there's applause. So, but okay, that wasn't the end of the Somerville Dance Party. Then there was the totally new Somerville Dance Party. What was the gap here? What years are we talking
So
with
this
this?
is like 2004, so we're talking like 10 years later. We got the totally new Somerville Dance Party, and this one kind of sort of gets rid of the hip hop. And their innovation was they had like a house band, because each person adds something to it. So like the Gypsy kind of got the, if you notice, there's a little clip of it there, but the crew itself would kind of be featured. So they do a lot of like meta stuff. They'd get the camera into the director's room and they'd be kind of dancing and stuff. This one they got a house band, and this is less hip hop and more just kind of like 80s covers. I
Yeah, some
guess.
pop and I didn't realize this is a live band. Okay, so maybe this won't get flagged for our music, but
And what year did you say this was?
This is 2004, I think.
Okay.
yeah, I think it says 2003 at the end. So yeah, that era. But he's wearing. I like this is just footage pre-taped of a robot dance.
Yes.
I keep forgetting that the early 2000s are still the 90s.
Yeah. And then I don't know what this footage is.
Yeah, there's all this weird B-roll that they'd start playing. Like,
Dancing on a small torn up box.
Not well.
is that Clocky?
Yeah, it might have been.
And now we've gone into like middle school dance audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2003.
But they got a live band. I mean, I give them credit for that. A live band doing performances, and so the Somerville Dance Party, I can't get enough. I want more of this.
You got to do the documentary. You got to make the documentary about the Somerville Dance Party, and or maybe like an oral history or something like that. Like
Yeah,
I
like a
don't know.
12-part podcast series about the Somerville Dance Party.
100%. I would listen to that.
And Ken, you had your own show about comics on public access. Was that in your town, or was it in Somerville?
It was in my town, but it aired in other towns, which was
Got
very
it.
helpful when I wanted to not be popular in towns I didn't go to school in as well.
They already hated you.
Yeah, so I was like 11 or 12, and I went to MMTV, and I was like, I want to do a show about comic books, and they were like, well, this other guy also wants to do a show about comic books, so you have to do one together. So they paired me with this guy named Curtis Palo, who was the manager of New England Comics in the next town over. And so it was me and this guy I basically didn't know hosting this show about comics. And I don't have any footage of that show, which I'm kind of thankful for. But I did, like, I interviewed Neil Gaiman on it. I had like Frank Miller on it. Yeah, we had Karen Berger, Steve Vetch,
Wow,
Sim. So because like no one was interviewing these people, and I was like 11, and I'd write them a letter. And
you were
like,
11?
Yeah.
This is TV guidance counselor before TV guidance
Basically,
counselor.
yeah.
Oh, you've been doing this your whole life then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh man. Okay. What are the comics that you're talking about? Are they all comics, like, or are they
Yeah, it
like
was like
superhero, or like,
contemporary- yeah,
you
like-
had Neil Gaiman, so like,
Yeah, so I was like a big pre-code horror comics guy at this time. Like Ben Edlund, who did The Tick, like you know, that kind of stuff, and you know, Marvel and Image was huge at the time. So you know, I talked about Swamp Thing a lot, big Swamp Thing fan, big New Mutants fan. Yeah.
And then, but I guess your show is watched enough that somebody decided to do a parody of it on their sketch comedy show.
Yes. So there was a sketch comedy show on MMTV called Through the Wire, and their sketch comedy was like 70% parodies of other shows on the cable access channel.
So it's not really punching up here. It's
No.
basically punching down at other people with no resources.
It's trolling at this point, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
and so they did a parody of my show, and the guy who's playing my co-host actually was the manager at a rival comic book store.
Oh, so this is actually some bad blood here.
Yes, and you'll see in the clip, but they my mother saw this and lost her mind and like went down to the station and was like started.
she was mad,
flipped
lost
out,
her mind in a mad way,
in a physical
because they're
violent
making
way.
fun of her son's show.
Yeah.
All right.
This is why public access is so great. This is why public
Exactly.
access is the best.
Yeah, there needs to be two rival public access, like neighboring towns, and Will Ferrell plays one, and
Yeah.
Jack Black's the other manager.
Oh, and
yeah.
this opening credits, I edited this when I was 11. It was like comic books, and I used the theme to the X-Men cartoon show. So that's why they're playing that on the kazoo with like these bad.
Got
comics
it.
to make
Okay.
fun of it.
Kenny Weed.
Now, when I was a young boy, I had a crush on two beautiful girls.
Wait a second.
But
Can you
I could never
pause?
decide between
Yeah.
Who are you? Who's Kenny Weed? The older or the younger?
Oh, I'm the younger. That's supposed
Okay.
to be me. And I didn't get that, like, because it says Kenny Weed local comic whiz, so I guess it's like two P jokes.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I was a kid, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the guy who I hosted the show with looked like the comic book store guy, so that's why this guy has a fake beard on.
Well, what I like about it is that's evergreen comedy, and you can just play it anywhere, and everybody
yeah.
will just pick up on it. Yep.
Yep. Universal.
But I could never
It's
decide
universe.
between beautiful girls. But I could never decide between them. But today, I can honestly say that I would pick Betty over Veronica. Betty was sweet and caring. Veronica was self-absorbed and selfish. What do you think, Kenny?
I think Kenny, how many times do I have to tell you it's time to come in? You shouldn't be hanging around with this Curtis character anyway. Now, come on.
Rat tail.
Right now, your mom's fuming.
She was so mad.
Today, however, I've matured. And comic books have matured with me. No longer do the simple problems of Benny and Veronica, or even Wonder Woman, interest me. No, today I seek a different kind of woman. Exciting, vivacious, and just a little coy.
I mean,
that Veronica sure has filled out. And now, Precognition with Chuck Berry.
Was that another reference to another show on the channel?
No,
or-
so the guy we had as a producer was this guy Chris Carey, who also wanted to do a comic book show, so they made him the producer. And
they all wanted to do. Everybody wanted to do a comic book show.
Yeah, huge. And Chris I haven't seen in decades, but he had a very, very bad stutter. And so the only way he could not stutter when he'd be on the air is if he just yelled. So he would yell, like he did a segment of like what's new this week. So he would just come out screaming. And he was kind of like a metalhead kid, and he came out just screaming about like new comics that week. So that was what they parodied there. His name was Chris Carey, so they named him.
Did anybody understand this parody at all? Like they're doing these parodies, but like for a parody to work, you need people to understand what you're referencing. I mean, nobody did.
No, because no one watched. Like very few people watched my show, let alone a sketch comedy show parodying my.
I want to
show.
see the wicked takedown of VCR Party. I would like to see that. That's
We could find these guys. This guy was the manager of the rival comic book store for ages. That's the thing I find very funny is like the premise of their joke is like, wow, this comic book store guy's a loser and he's horny for comic book girls. But that guy also manages a comic book store.
Exactly. It's a pot calling the kettle black.
And he thinks that anybody, like everybody else, gives a shit. Like nobody gives a shit. Like people just like comics. They'll go to his store. They'll go to the other guy's store. They don't give a shit. They just want to see some comics. But he takes it personally. Oh boy.
Well, Ken, I don't know what the context is, but you sent me another clip from Noodleheads. It's 21 seconds, and it's perfect. It's just perfect. So what's Noodleheads?
So this was another Somerville Cable Access Channel show. I think it was super short-lived. I've only seen clips of it in like every year Somerville Cable Access would do like a retrospective of like stuff that aired that year. And so I've only seen clips of Noodleheads from those retrospectives. I've never found a full episode.
Oh, I want a full episode so badly. Okay, let's just let this play out. 21 seconds of Noodleheads.
At least 1 out of every 10 people over the age of 21 is susceptible to spontaneous human combustion. Yet there is no cure for this hideous disease. Doctors and scientists have been trying for years to find a cure. Yet there is still no cure. But there is something you can do about it.
Okay, that's it. That's Noodleheads.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's a whole. That's a whole clip.
Oh yeah.
That was the setup to something. We don't know what the payoff was, but
there was a lot of
Noodleheads.
like this. I think he's trying to be funny, but I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure because like
I think
Somerville
so.
and Cambridge had a lot of shows where it was just people complaining about stuff, which is a classic genre. So I don't know
Complaining.
if he's that. We also had one that I've never been able to find clips of, but it was this local wrestler named Tony Rumble, the Boston Bad Boy, and he used to do a show where he would read the police log every week and then talk about how he would have handled the situations. And so
That's a good premise.
We had this we had a serial public masturbator in Melrose, and Tony Rumble, I've never heard like so many euphemisms for masturbating. He had one snapping his carrot, whipping up a batch, like, and he'd be like, this fucking pervert's snapping his carrot. And so then he did a whole thing where he like staked out this park to find this guy. This was like a year-long thing, and like the city got involved. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, he staked him out to try and catch the masturbator. He really wanted to catch the masturbator.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him.
And that was the public access show. That was the premise of the public access show.
It turned into that eventually, but the premise was that he would just read the police log, and then this kept showing up every week, and he'd be like, "This fucking guy's disgusting." He had a co-host. Tony Rumble's no longer with us, but he had a co-host on the show. This guy named Bull Montana, who had just massive brain trauma. Like he was an old wrestler, and he'd just be like, "Oh, Tony, that's not good." Like he was just, yeah.
What
sidekick.
What if it turned out that he was the public masturbator the whole time?
I think anybody criticizing that much and that obsessive about it, I mean, I think we know what's
that'd be
going
the
on.
M. Night, the Fight Club twist. Like he'd go to the park and then he'd see himself.
Yes, the Usual Suspects ending of
Yeah, that all makes sense after. Yeah, it all clicks into place.
The coffee cups shatters on the floor. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I always thought that, like, I don't know. We've seen a lot of public access. I guess we haven't seen anything from the Boston area at all. Tucson, Arizona, Los Angeles, New York, Chicago,
Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, Madison. Like that's all the stuff that we know. We had no idea how rich of a culture of public access that you guys had, and you guys might be the best, actually. I mean,
it's high marks.
It's a different flavor. It's got its own thing going on. It's a sincerity and a xenophobia.
We didn't see any of that, but I'm sure that
the xenophobia, that sneaks into any Boston-related program. But
uncensored television, of course.
I think the what was it? The totally new.
The totally new Somerville.
Totally new. So that was 2003. It's been 20 years. What about the absolutely fantastically new Somerville Dance Party hosted by Kenny Reid? Kenny Weed.
I do it. Kenny Weed, the local dance party whiz.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, I don't know when you guys are touring up here next, but there is the Somerville Theater. And so,
let's do it.
We could turn that into the totally brand new 21st century Somerville.
It needs to be
Dance
done.
Party 2000.
It needs to be done. Is Somerville television? Is it still happening?
Oh yeah,
it's still on.
Scat is still around.
Scat is still around. So do you still watch it? Like what's the state of it today?
It's a lot of there's a lot of sketch comedy shows that are like local improv troupes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of old people reading the newspaper.
All right, I'm interested.
Okay, I don't know if
keep talking.
I don't know if that's a uniquely New England cable access genre, but every single city had that show. Here.
But do you still flip by it? You're just like, I'll just see what's on Scat.
Oh
this
yeah,
week.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
And I drive by Scat all the time because they have this prominent building in Union Square. And you know what they do every year is marshmallow fluff, the food.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Familiar.
Was invented in Somerville, Mass. So once a year they have a fluff fest in Union Square, and Scat covers it every year. So there's all this footage of all the Scat All-Stars covering Fluff Fest.
I was wondering what the context of that, because I think you sent a clip from Fluff Fest too. So we'll get to it next time. There's plenty more Somerville public access to uncover. But seriously, when we're doing a Boston show, let's have a Somerville dance party after party.
Yeah.
After our show, and we just have the stage turn into a dance party and see if we can get some alumni.
Yeah.
Champion sweatshirts.
Oh yeah, we'll tuck them into our jeans. Yeah, it'll be great.
What's going on with your podcast TV guidance counselor, which like Joe, you were saying before we started recording, almost every member of the VCR party team has been on. So
yes,
George, Steve, Tim Herod, Bastard Tapes. So the whole gang's been on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's still going strong. I haven't missed a week yet. We're like 650 episodes in.
Well, we're at episode 250. Do you have any advice for how to get 400 more out of this exhausting premise?
Be obsessive and don't know what not to do if you don't do it.
That's great advice.
Oh no, we've reached that level at this point. Yeah.
It's sort of just on autopilot. No, I still keep getting guests. I'm always surprised that people still keep doing it, and I haven't run out of guests yet.
No, but it's the most fun show. We've done a ton of podcasts, and yours is the most memorable because I just remember going over to your house and sitting on the couch, and we ordered pizza, and we just talked about dumb old TV from TV guides. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I still have fond memories of that evening.
Yeah, it's what I like doing. I mean, that was literally the premise. I had that spinning rack of TV guides, and people would come over and do that anyway. And one of my friends was like, just do that as a podcast.
Yeah. And your place is like a museum. Like I guess we
beyond
haven't been
what
there,
we can see behind you, but
yeah. I mean, it's Pee-wee's Playhouse, basically. I mean,
I've lived my adult life trying to recreate Over Our Heads from it's a mixture of Philo's lab from UHF and Over Our Heads from Facts of Life.
Speaking of your museum, Ken, I got a package from you, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago now. Normal black jacket, right? Nope. It's a cast and crew jacket from Step by Step.
Oh, wow.
And this was really early on in my cast and crew jacket collecting journey, but you've still got a bunch of these, right?
Oh yeah, I grabbed a selection, not even curated. This is, you're like, oh, it's where are we here? Michael Landon Productions. What could it be? It's Highway to Heaven, everybody.
Oh
man.
So usually the producers would give these out to the cast and crew as an annual, gift, right?
This is a proud of place. This is from Martin Scorsese's After Hours.
I love that movie.
Stop This Man.
Oh my God, that's on the breast pocket. Oh my God, that's incredible.
Do you ever wear these? Do you wear these at all?
I used to occasionally. This one I would wear sometimes because I do like a varsity jacket. And this one says class of 91, 92. You're like, oh, what show is it? Any guesses?
I think I saw it.
91, 92, Family Matters.
Parker Lewis can't lose, everybody.
I should have recognized that font.
Then, of course, we got Action Jackson.
Wow.
Oh, these are incredible. Yeah, museum is right, Joe. This is
Growing Pains. Got the Growing Pains.
Oh, I have a Growing Pains bathrobe, not the jacket, but I found a cast and crew
I
bathrobe.
feel like that's your retirement right there. I mean, I feel like you could sell that like when you're ready to retire from.
I'm ready now. If people want to buy them.
Well, we'll put your contact info in. Well, Ken, thanks for coming on. Yeah,
I want to show mine. Farmer Dan. We're doing a show in Arlington at the Arlington Draft House, and Farmer Dan was there, who's a regular Melinda, and gave us this shirt, "Fighting Fit with Rowdy Roddy Piper," which is an exercise video that we've shown on the show before. Great shirt, but the next level is he sent this letter of authentication.
That's how they say it in Canada.
Yeah, a letter of authentication. It says, "Congratulations, your purchase of an item." I think they forgot the word "on." "Congratulations, your purchase of an item from the estate of Roderick Toombs, aka Rowdy Roddy Piper. This letter confirms the item is from Rowdy Roddy Piper's personal collection, and if the item is signed, it is his authentic signature. Item description: Fighting Fit T-shirt worn by Rowdy Roddy Piper, and it is signed." So there it is.
It's gold.
Yes, I'm wearing a shirt that Rowdy Roddy Piper actually wore, and I feel like I'm smelling it like I don't smell the laundry detergent on it.
Doesn't smell like haggis?
No, it does. It does smell like haggis. So he probably wore it before. Like he was probably the last person to wear this shirt before I did. And I gotta say I might be bigger than Rowdy Roddy Piper because it's a little.
I met him once, so and having met you, you're probably a little bigger than him.
Thank you.
Can I show you a new one that arrived in the mail today? And it made my girlfriend say, "What are you going to do with all these?" And I said, "I don't know. It'll be up to the executor of my will to figure out which dumpster to throw all these in." So this is a McDonald's promotional jacket. I think this is and it's for the McPizza. So this is McDonald's pizza. But the best part is it lights up. There's a spot in here. Put a 9-volt battery. I don't have one handy.
LED, so this is like fire hazard.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's Christmas lights in here.
You put 6D batteries in it.
Yeah,
it comes with a backpack.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a giant VR rig you got to hook this up to. But anyway, that's my newest pride and joy.
I didn't even grab the food item ones, so I have like a Pepsi Challenge one downstars.
There's probably Crystal Pepsi in there somewhere.
Pepsi, yeah, there's a whole bunch, and then I own a bunch of stuff from Annette Funicello's estate. I got all of her Back to the Beach memorabilia.
Oh, is there any Jamaica ska references in there?
Yeah, I got some her pins. I have her copy of the soundtrack.
Ooh, wow. Ken, we got to just do a memorabilia show with you or something. This is
and Nick,
I could talk for hours.
I wonder. I don't know if you can like choose who the executor of your will would be, but I think it should be Ken. I don't know.
Yeah, because no one else would find value of any of this.
No, I think you should talk to get a lawyer together and the three of you guys talk it out.
If you couldn't choose who the executor of your will was, that would be really interesting. Like it's just people get conscripted.
I think that's what happens because I was just reading about somebody who's a big board game collector like I am. I've got 2 storage lockers full of it. And this guy died and he had this amazingly curated board game collection, but his family doesn't know what to do. Like, how do you know to find aftermarket collectors who will buy? So it just goes into like some lot sale and it's like, okay, here's a Growing Pains, here's a Night Court cast and crew jacket. Like, all right, what am I, it's off to a thrift store for this. So
or a landfill.
Yeah, more likely.
Same thing. You'll appreciate this. Milton Bradley and Parker Brothers was in Salem, Massachusetts, and when I was a kid, we could go tour the factory. And I used to test games as a kid. You'd go play these games, and then they'd pay you $50. They'd have like the 2-way glass, and so I tested all these games, none of which ever came out.
Oh, that's incredible! Wow. Well, I'm looking forward to the autobiography.
Do you remember any of the games that you tested?
Yeah, one I remember, it was these pigs that would race. And you know those tubes that you like spin around and they go, woo? It was like that, and you made the pigs move by yelling into the tube for your pig.
Wait.
So you'd be like, "Go, pig, go, go!" So it's just kids yelling to make these things move across the board. And I was probably 9, and I remember going, "I think this game's probably annoying for people to not play, like anyone else in the house."
I think this game sounds like a weird dream you had.
Oh, I did a lot of LSD as a child.
Okay,
no, this is real. I got a $50 check for yelling at pigs.
Yeah, paid to do it. What an amazing thing. That's like being like a toy tester. That's like, getting the job from Big or something.
Well, the funny thing is my only experience with those sorts of scenarios were from the movie Firestarter, so I just imagine that like George C. Scott playing a Native American hitman was behind the glass.
How do you know he wasn't?
Wow, that's true.
Ken, TV guidance counselor, always fun to have you on.
Good
I want to
stuff.
dedicate this segment to the memory of Barbie Brown. God rest his soul.
Rest in peace. He's
Sorry
not
to-
doing homework anymore.
Exactly. All right, keep dancing, everybody. See you, Ken.
Bye.
Thanks,
for having
Ken.
me. Thank you.
Shows your raviolis. Shows your raviolis. Shows your raviolis.
Thank you to Ken. Always fun to have Ken on. And hey, you guys, the George and Steve, you guys have both been on a show before, right? On TV Guidance Counselor.
Sure have.
Steve was telling me something just before you got on, Joe, that he said it went so poorly that he's glad he never released it.
Oh,
and then
what?
he looked it up and he goes, "Oh no, it's out. It's out in the world."
Wait, why'd it go poorly? What'd you do?
I just wasn't. So I was having. I was down at the shore. I was having internet issues. My in-laws' friends were there, so there was a little kid running back and forth, and I was getting distracted. And I just felt like you know how some days you're like, oh, that went really well, and like even for this show, like some days I'm like, oh, that went well, and then other days I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I couldn't find a word. I was just sitting there banging my head. I felt like I gave Ken absolutely nothing. But
I'm gonna
he's
look
super
that up
talented,
right
so,
now. I'm looking that up right now.
I'm sure he pulled it off.
And I told Steve he's got to make a worst of his appearance on TV Guidance Counselor to bring as a cyber video or something. So.
By the way, this whole started with "Don't tell Joe," and then I told Nick the story about it.
Did it? Oh, Steve, sorry, I didn't know that.
Oh no, I found
it
here.
That's how all stories go when you're talking to Nick.
Sorry, I forgot that you didn't.
I just downloaded it. So on my drive home. Oh, I can't wait.
What were you going to say, Joe? Though about the podcast before that?
About the podcast,
or maybe it was about
that.
Step by Step. Was it?
Oh, Step by Step. You know what I wanted? What I couldn't find, Nick, was a present that you got me. I think like 5 or 6 years ago, off of eBay. You remember you got the Step by Step. Speaking of the Step by Step jacket, you got me Step by Step photos that were like processed at a Walgreens or something. You know, like they were like on somebody's personal camera. And I couldn't find it. I wanted to bring them in, but it's probably in a storage locker somewhere. But
yeah, it was just the cast and whatever. I don't know if it was for wardrobe or whatever, but yeah, they were just,
it looks like they were at like a party or something. But I got to find that. I'll bring that in. That's definitely a nice thing. So
for sure.
Yeah.
I think we're running short on time, so maybe not all cyber videos. But Joe, you got some IMGs for the occasion.
I thought just for like episode 250, I'd do IMG 0250, just to kind of. I think that this kind of summarizes the show just in 3 short IMGs. So let's roll the opening graphic to make it official.
Chicken shit. Electronic video transmission uploaded with no intention. Harvested semi-ethically. Welcome to IMG.
All right, so these are just IMG 250. 0250, and this first one I call boring seminar that you can barely hear, and it kind of reminds me of episode 78. If you remember episode 78, that was kind of like a boring seminar that you can barely hear.
Referral program, we are actually offering a discount to anyone who is associated with Dr. Sin and the DNA Appliance. We always do that for his followers. And
what'd you think about the framing of the shot? Did you like the framing?
It's very reminiscent of Bigfoot conference.
I would have liked to see a little more coat, but that's me.
A little more coat.
I don't know. The layering I like the layering.
Next up, we got IMG 0250. This one, guy befriends a squirrel, and this reminds me of Dave Hawkins, who's gonna do Talking Squirrels for us this year. Maybe, hopefully, someday we'll see. Yeah, that's what we call shorty in the business. That's a shorty. And lastly, I call this one basically every episode of VCR Party up until now. And watch it. You gotta let this one sink in. This is every single episode that we've done, all wrapped into a ball, put into a blender, and put into like a 10-second IMG. Here we go. What'd you say? Did that sum it up?
Yeah. Those are all iconic and worth showing.
Box are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
Yeah, I think that is representative of most episodes of VCR Party.
Well, he was
right?
he was showing us his raviolis, right?
Exactly. Well, he was throwing his raviolis at us, but yeah, showing it to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, speaking of every episode of VCR Party, let's get into at least just one nice thing real quick. On Twitter a couple weeks ago, out of the blue, a guy who's not, I don't really see in our comments or in our Discord or anything, a guy named Glenn Amo, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, uploaded a piece of artwork to commemorate our 250 episodes. Let me just show it. This is the poster that
unbelievable.
Wow.
Is so crazy that people in our Discord, which, if you're a Patreon member, you get access to, have been trying for 2 weeks now to I guess, like, decode all the references in here. There's over I think there's 600 references altogether, because I asked Glenn, I said, this is amazing. Did you keep track of what everything is? And he said, yes. And he made an answer key to everything. But we can zoom in and you can just spot a few things here.
I think there were only a few that I didn't remember. Okay, I recognize. Yep, I see all those. Yep. What's the dirty one? Oh, what's the dirty one?
I don't remember. It says push
George,
on it.
Push with a button on a dirty butt with a button. I don't remember that one.
Isn't that what's the line dance? Isn't there a
dirty tush push? That's it. See, this guy's
clever. He is good.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just gonna breeze through these. I don't want to give it all away. There's Marty, which I enjoyed.
His dong's dripping too.
I cried laughing when I saw some of the things on here. Just things that I can't believe. Even now.
Oh, Dr. Tammy Bailey.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Nasty.
There's Champion Cathan Thable Little.
And they're really. Oh, there's the Holpers.
Funny Man.
Funny Man Steve Hayden. Oh.
Camp Cabbage.
Oh, but look at Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte is at the computer for cybersex. That's the cybersex video that Nick Nolte's at right now.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was him trying. He tried so hard.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
mixing and matching there.
I mean,
I don't know what that thing. What is that blob with the tentacles? Right
that's
there?
The Annabin Wap. One of the thing that.
It's one of the creatures from Annabin Wap.
Oh, there's this is the last time the Macarena Kid
on the.
Looks like there's a vulva of some sort.
Oh, that was Nina Hartley. I believe she had a puppet, a vulva puppet.
I mean, we have to sell this poster. I don't know if anybody would buy this, but we have to make.
Well, I was thinking you got to get he's singing. The Metallica drummer's doing Vegan Man.
Reese sings the Jingles album. I mean, look at this.
We got to get. I feel like maybe it's episode 250, maybe episode 300. We get one of these tattooed. Maybe that's a Patreon thing. That could be like the license plate.
You see this one?
I'm out.
Calling out right now on that one.
I'm not waiting for this one to.
I'm not much of a tattoo guy, but
we got our clown section here.
These seem very tattooable. Oh, who's that?
That's Steve.
That's Steve. That's great, Steve.
What does the button say?
I rang the monastery bell.
Oh yeah, it's for my
your home movies.
My home movie. Wow. I've always got the Plunkett jersey on. It's very
Capodimonte. I mean,
he's got the powder coat. Even because remember we had the hardest time
knowing
what the powder coat was. Yes. Oh,
So,
that's a
I mean, we
trip
could
down memory
analyze that
lane.
for an entire episode. Maybe we should. Maybe that is a great bonus episode, is him taking us through each reference or something. But
I wonder
thank
what
you,
he
Glenn,
does.
for that art. I
Does he
don't know.
like do the art
I
after
gotta know more.
he finishes watching an episode and he just draws one thing from it? I don't
think
know.
he was inspired seeing that 250 was coming, but I'll get in touch with him to find out more. All I know is he sent me a reference that's coded and has the picture and then the key to all the references, and it is just remarkable. So thank you, Glenn. Yeah.
This should inspire the 250 episode Pyramid, the game show where Nick and Joe compete but help each other to see who knows. You know,
we help each other.
Well, you're working together. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, so that's less interesting. But at the end, Nick will do something humiliating, so you'll be in, right?
Okay, all right, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, okay, where can people see that? Is that like on?
It's on Twitter. You know what? I'll put it on our Patreon for free.
It was on the Melindaverse too. I saw it was on the Melindaverse. Put it on Patreon. It's on the Discord.
So yeah, so if you go to patreon.com/found footage festival, hey, chip in if you want to support 250 more episodes and all the work we're doing here. But also for free, you can, I'll post that today, and you can look at the high-res version where you can really zoom in and see every pixel of that and get all the details. So that'll be there. And I'm not going to post the key yet because I think it'll be fun for people to try to decode it themselves.
All right. Is that it for us? Are we done? Are we
Yeah,
wrapping up 250?
We're going to watch an EP mode if you're a $10 patron. Dusty Dragon, we watched a couple weeks ago. I can't wait to see more of that.
Yeah, I got this one. And yeah, Bad Animation. There's a rap. We watched the rap a couple weeks ago. And yeah, we'll watch the whole 12-minute video on EP this Thursday night. $10 and up patrons. All right. Hey, big thanks to the Melindas. I honestly, like, if they didn't do shit like this, like you sending us these like incredible illustrations and these dumb songs and just like encourage us to do this bullshit, I don't think we would have made it to 250. So thank you to the Melindas. It means a ton to us. So let's go out on this. So Bob from Hull, another talented Melinda. He has a band called The Dead Past. He puts out a lot of music. You can hear it on Spotify. You should absolutely listen to it. He made this outro a long time ago, maybe like a year ago or so. I don't know when he made it, but it's so good. It's so goddamn good. And this should be like our outgoing song every single show. But I thought this would be a good one to revisit it. So thank you, Bob from Hull. Here's the thing. If we had been prepared for these 250 episodes, we could have done better.
250, by the way, is the amount of dollars in hundreds we've paid George and Steve for all their work over these 4 years. So thanks to them. And we'll be right back right after these messages.
Thank you to all the Melindas who sold out over the course of these episodes. And it took 250 episodes, but my nose isn't full of yuck anymore.
Thank you, everybody. What am I, some kind of picnic nut? Yeah.
When we return, Dr. Sellner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Sure, Yodel. Have a good day.
Sizzler.
Tinkerbell!
We'll be right back right after that. Good luck from all of us at Hagen.
And Kurt Polster, the real great guy.
I'm Denise Richards. Bye-bye.
Night, night.
Goodbye.
Jim's coins in Hilldale.